Camera's all good? All right, well, thank you everybody for being here. Hard to imagine we're just 23 days away from the kickoff of the 2017 football season. I'm Ted Feely, Associate AD for Communications at UAB. With me up here today I have Mark Ingram, Athletic Director at UAB, Mayor William Bell, President Dr. Watts, Head Coach Bill Clark, and Gene Hallman, the CEO and President of Bruno Events Team. So with that, I will open it up with Mark Ingram, and he'll make opening remarks.
Thanks, Ted. Thanks, everyone, for being here. As Ted indicated, we're excited for the return of UAB football and wanted to make a few other exciting announcements today surrounding our progress. As you know, since June 1st, 2015, we have been taking steps to reinstate the program. And what that includes, among many things, has been working with the NCAA to rebuild our roster. It has included raising funds not only for the reinstatement, but for this wonderful building, this football operations center that we're all in here today. It has included making plans for the upcoming season. And we would like to formally announce today that we have entered into a partnership agreement with Bruno Event Team to help us do that. And what we recognized as a staff is that we want UAB football and Gameday specifically to be the best that it's ever been. And our intention is to create a world-class experience for not only our student athletes, but in doing this, but also for our fans and the city of Birmingham and everyone who has been so gracious to partner with us through all this, this process. And so what we also recognized is we had a lot of great ideas, and there was no shortage of great ideas amongst our fans and our staff, and we have a tremendous staff. But we didn't have enough people to execute all of those initiatives, and now we feel like we do. And so our plan, we put together, a number of us got together, people in the community and our staff, and we began to interview those who might be able to help us. And it became very clear that the Bruno Event Team, based right out of Birmingham, was best equipped to do that. They have great experience at Legion Field with their time and work with the Magic City Classic. They also run game days for Alabama over in Tuscaloosa. They have a number of other events nationwide that they put on and have an excellent track record. And so we felt like we wanted the best for our fans, and we've got the best. And we're grateful to them in doing that. We also, in partnering with Bruno, one of the other reasons was that we're going to have more people than we've ever had at our games than we've ever had before. We had set an internal goal to sell at least 10,000 season tickets for the upcoming season. We're happy to announce that as of this morning, we're at 10,134. It's okay to clap. And that's been the hard work of a lot of people coming together, and we don't intend to stop. So we're excited about that, and we encourage the city of Birmingham to continue getting behind this team and supporting us. There have been so many corporate partners and individuals, but without saying, we have had tremendous support from the city of Birmingham, and we have great leadership there in a UAB graduate who I would like to introduce, and that is our mayor, William Bell.
Go Blazers! This is truly another exciting day of getting a step closer when that ball gets kicked off between UAB and Alabama A&M, which marks the return of Blazer football here in Birmingham. I am so grateful. Thank you, Dr. Watts. Thank you, Mark. Coach, it's a dream coming true again, and we really appreciate all the hard work that you gentlemen has put into making this day and this occasion possible. We've got so many friends to thank. The UAB Athletic Foundation, who worked so hard to make sure that the financial situation of the university was in order so that we could bring Blazer football back together. We're grateful to Gene and his entire team for making sure that this is going to be a first-class event when we open up the season this year. I want to thank all of the great alumni and the students for their outpouring of support. You know, the students stepped up as well, because they impose an extra fee on themselves to help bring UAB football back. And so we must give them a big round of applause as well. You know, we're only going to have a couple of more seasons for the old gray lady, and then we're going to put her out to pasture. But we are working to make sure that this is just the beginning of great excitement for the next decade and decades to come for UAB Blazer football. And we know we got to put the resources in place, we've got to put the facilities in place, and we're working on that as we speak. So just hold on, it's only going to get better from here. Now, the one thing that when I was looking at the notes, I'm excited about football coming back. I'm excited about all the activities that's going to surround it. But we got Sam Hunt coming. That's right. I love his song. And ladies, I know y'all love Sam Hunt. And the fact that he was a Blazer football player as well, that's just going to make it's going to put the cherry on top of the icing. So we're excited about it. We look forward to participating and rooting for our team. Let's go Blazers. Let's make it a great season. Thank you.
Mayor Bell, thank you. We're all excited, as you can tell. And thank you for mentioning Sam Hunt, which has got the city buzzing along with UAB football. So, again, thank you all. And I would like to point out, before I introduce Dr. Watts, you know, these things at other institutions that I've worked at and our staff have been at, it's an entire university project putting you know, growing enrollment and putting events on as big as football games and basketball games. It's not the singular sole responsibility of just the athletic department. And in order to do that and to do it well, it takes everybody. And again, we have great leadership here and a real sports fan, a Birmingham native, and our president, Dr. Ray Watts.
And a UAB alum as well. Well, I'm excited. You can sense the excitement, I think, of all of us. We can't wait. I think it's 23 days until it's time to get on the field and show everybody what we've got. And I think this will be a great season. I don't have any question. I know Coach Clark and his coaching staff and the student athletes are ready to show some folks what we're made of. And that's really what athletics is all about. Learn the lessons about life, teamwork, honor, hard work, integrity, character, but working together to create something that's greater than the individual parts. We're so appreciative of the City of Birmingham and the Birmingham Parks and Recreation for working with us as we plan this Legion Field Game Day experience. And we're extremely glad and proud to have the Bruno event team and Gene Hallman and that entire staff to help us make sure that these are wonderful celebrations at Legion Field on these 6 home games coming up this year. Well, I'll tell you, I think that the student athletes are finally feeling a little relaxed here. Every time I come down here, it's fuller, it's more active, there's new weight machines and graphics and everything else. So this is a fabulous facility, and we wouldn't have this without the great support of our community. Our Athletics Foundation and many beyond have truly stepped up in an unprecedented way to help us build this facility and help us to prepare a successful football team and experience. Our student athletes are performing academically better than ever in our history and among the best in the country. And the average GPA is over 3.1 something something. And that's everybody. And a lot of them are on the dean's list and president's list and winning prizes. So we're very proud of them. They're getting a great education, and they're getting led by people with integrity and character and honor. So I'm excited to get started. We're so pleased to announce this today, and we want you and all of us to experience great game day experiences and then a lot of wins of our Blazer team this year. Thank you.
Dr. Watts, thank you. This is a historic year, not just for UAB and for UAB football, but for the city of Birmingham. And Dr. Watts and Mayor Bell both mentioned the partnerships from the corporate community and our Athletics Foundation and many individuals that have made that happen. Our partnership with Bruno Events in trying to make UAB Game Day the very best that it can be is all about our way of trying to say to our fans how much we appreciate you. And what we'd encourage everyone at home and everybody in the city is to continue getting behind this team and coming down to Legion Field and showing their appreciation for the team. And the team has been practicing very hard in this beautiful facility, and they can't wait. As excited as we are, I assure you they're all very ready to line up and play somebody else, and he's going to tell you all about it. And if you would please help welcome our head coach, Bill Clark.
Dr. Watts, excuse me for being the only one without a tie on today, so I've got a written note. So, guys, it's just great to see you. Obviously, I get to come in here and talk about X's and O's on a daily basis, and I think we've had every media outlet that there is that's been in here and wanted to cover the return, and we're just blessed. I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about this facility. Forgive me for a minute, but you know, $44+ million that have been raised for our program from our alumni and fans and business community, and you know. Talking about a team effort. I mean, just what a great team effort. We say the word family. If you see our shirts all the time, we talk about family. We are so well represented, and you can't thank all the people. There's people in here that have, all these folks have helped us get right here. And, you know, if you've been around this area lately, I think we've had a monsoon almost every day. It's been nice not to have to look at the weather map every morning and know I've got a place to practice. And, you know, guys, I think you will know how appreciative our guys are on a daily basis just to get to come in this facility. So we want to talk about the whole experience. You know, Dr. Watts referred to academics and those things that we're very proud of, making that whole man, that whole person we're all about. Now let's talk about the experience of our fans who fought so hard for us. You know, I think one of the great things is when a fan can go to game day and have a great experience, because that's what gets them back. Now, our job is to put a great product out there for them. But when we talked about all the things we need to do to make for a great experience, Bruno event team, I think, you know, and just getting to hang out with you guys and hear all those things that go into a game day. Obviously, I'm a little busy on game day, but, you know, how do we get these folks back? You know, we know we're going to have a great crowd for that first game. It's our job to put out a good product. And but to come in there and have a great experience from traffic watching and all those things you do, and parking, and you know, so we're very excited. Mayor could not be more appreciative of you. Helps to have a UAB alumni in that office. So our city, the fans, everywhere I go, the excitement is just unbelievable. So that countdown clock that was at about 500 days is getting a little closer. So I'm sleeping a little less, but. These guys are working hard for you guys and for our team, and now we're going to get to go and have a great experience on game day. Could not be more excited. Thanks for the people and our commitments to make this happen, and just once again, just thanks to all our supporters for what you do. All right, go Blazers! Thank you.
Coach, thanks. As both Coach Clark and Dr. Watts indicated, we have a world-class education that our student athletes receive when they leave here, and we intend to make sure that they have a world-class experience as athletes as well, and this facility certainly is going to allow them to do that. So when we talk about world-class and we talk about trying to partner ourselves and align ourselves in an excellent way across this campus, that's what led us again to the Bruno event team and wanting to make sure for our fans, not just at game 1, but at games 2 through 6 and beyond. And so this is not about one game or one moment. This is about a long-lasting relationship, a partnership that you as fans can trust and believe in, and that you know that we are doing everything that we can, not just on the field, but in the stands and in the parking lot, and even including traffic control. And you're going to hear about that. And if you would, please help welcome from Bruno event team, Mr. Gene Hallman.
It's indeed an honor to be affiliated with UAB in their football program. I speak on behalf of Ronnie Bruno, my partner, and our entire team. Jay Caston is going to be the point person along with John Botnick. We're going to have at the first game no less than 12 full-time professional employees working on the game day experience, because let's face it, as a consumer, you have lots of options and opportunities to spend your money and time. And it's our job to make that experience when you come to a UAB football game the best possible experience so that you'll come back. And we know at that first game we're going to have a big crowd, and I'm not going to predict it, but it's going to be big. And there are going to be a lot of what I call product samplers, people who are coming maybe for the first time ever to a UAB football game. We want them to walk away with a superior experience. And Mark Ingram is doing a great job leading the athletic department and setting the tone. The mayor of Birmingham, I've lost count on the number of press conferences I've been with him when we've done around sporting events. I was just in Poland with him at the World Games, and he stood on a stage in front of the world, the IOC, and took the flag for the 2021 Games and gave a beautiful speech. And I'll be honest with you, I got chill bumps. He made me so proud to be from Birmingham, and this man has done so much for sport, not just our community, but sport specifically, that I really can't thank him enough. Dr. Watts and his vision for growing this university and growing this campus, I'd hate to think what our community would be like without UAB, but we don't have to think that way. And Coach Clark, they don't come any better. He and his wife Jennifer bought 100 season tickets and gave them to Big Brothers Big Sisters. They did that quietly, but it's just the type of person that he is. So we're affiliated with quality people. We got a great product, and before I go into a few details on what we're going to do on game day, I got a couple of hype videos. If you're not fired up enough yet, take a look at these videos. Lucille's saying about a speech is something's going to go wrong. It's the audio visual. Here we go.
Never before seen. As of today, we're taking steps to reinstate the football program.
UAB is bringing back football in 2017.
It's history for this city, for this community, for this school, for this district. It's not just a football thing, it's Birmingham.
Got one more.
There's a lot of good things that's going to be going on, and we wanted you to see it and see it together. It's the weight room. We're going to start in the weight room. As you cross that hall, that's training room, locker room, other things down the road.
Gosh, no, we just came into the new facility and told the chain man, come here.
I ain't used to nothing like this. I love it. I love it.
How do you feel about the new program there, Walter?
I'm astonished.
You astonished?
Astonished, if y'all know what that means.
This right here, nice. Woo! Nice shit. Let's see what else they got for us.
I mean, you look at this view here.
We're gonna be nice and play hopscotch in here. Who else you know got a barbershop?
Oh, man, I got no barbershop. This facility's off the chain. I like it a lot, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. Go Blazers.
It's going to win a lot of games.
Top notch facility. Love it here. Go Blazers.
The UAB Athletics Foundation has been mentioned. I've known Tommy Brigham. We go to church together for years. Quality individual. But that entire foundation board, what they accomplished is something I've never seen in my 26 years of being in the sports business. I'm blown away by their passion for this program and for this community. And when you hear Tommy or Hatton give their speech about why they're doing it, and I see Kraft back there, it'll give you chill bumps about their vision and their passion and why they're doing it. And it makes you want to run through a wall for them because they are really excited, and it shows by the results that we're standing in today. We mentioned some of the press that has covered the return of the program. ESPN's been here the past couple of days with Marty Smith. Marty's the cool correspondent on ESPN. He's doing a big story on the return of the program. But countless other major publications have been here, all of which is going to lead to a big first game, as I mentioned. Alabama A&M, we know them well. We know their fans well. We've worked with them for 18 years on the Magic City Classic. So we're going to aggressively work with them to have their fan base come down from Huntsville. When we began our partnership, the first thing we did was we surveyed the fans and constituents of this program. And we found out what they liked and things they wanted to see improved. And so we put that together, put a plan together, got UAB and Mark to approve it. And the first thing would be is a communications plan on what we're going to be doing. So there's going to be a dedicated Blazer Game Day series of social media, from the website to Twitter. This website will be live in the next day or so. We're still putting some last-minute information on parking and directions, so our fans will know exactly what they need to do on game day. If you look at most major athletic organizations in this country, collegiate organizations, it's really hard to find game day information on their websites. Not with UAB. We have a standalone series of ways that our fans can find out. So we've got the website, we've got Twitter. We got 14 followers, but we just started this morning, okay? And I'll tell you, at Alabama, we're up to 42,000. We've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, and we can actually see something from the air, and we will have helicopters at every game. The county is going to be providing helicopters to work closely with Birmingham PD on traffic. And we can report down and see what's happening. Our social media folks inside Legion Field will tweet it out, and then the helicopter can see within a matter of minutes traffic patterns change according to that communication. So we'll be using Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to be communicating on a nonstop basis, especially on game day, with our fans. Our goal is to sell out all the parking at Legion Field. We're going to be pre-selling it by game, and we want to fill up all the available spaces at Legion Field. In addition to that, UAB is making available 2 parking lots here on campus and a shuttle system with large luxury buses to take fans to Legion Field for free, round trip. So if parking is sold out on site, we've got places for you to park. If you're not tailgating, you just want to go to the game, you can park at UAB, take a shuttle, round trip back home. We're also going to have these game day signs. So they'll be all over town, and we're going to leave them up for the season. So it serves 2 purposes. One's functional and one's promotional. AlDOT and the city have both approved this, and so we're going to have stadium route, Legion Field, UAB game day signs all over town. Because we want folks that are coming in from a public parking standpoint to come off 65 east or west toward the stadium. Those that have parking passes, we want them to get off at the Arkadelphia exit and come in on the west side of the stadium. We'll be communicating that through all of our different social media, but you'll see these game day signs beginning to pop up fairly soon. We're going to have information stands around the perimeter of Legion Field, like the lifeguard stands. We're going to have people that are going to be staffed and telling fans where to go and what to do. Blazer Village is going to be bigger than ever. It's going to be greatly enhanced with a kid zone inside of it. We're going to have restroom attendants in the restrooms. We've got new and improved concessions with more third-party concessionaires. We've got greeters at the parking lot inside the stadium. It'll be UAB students welcoming people to Legion Field and to the game experience. We've got a dedicated tailgate area for students. We've got cellular partners who are bringing in cows to help enhance the phone service, and a whole litany of other things, including a couple of big announcements that we're finalizing the details on relative to the game day experience. So To wrap it up, our goal is to make it a superior experience from the second you leave your driveway to the second you get back to your driveway. That's the key, is to eliminate that driveway anxiety of someone pulling out, not knowing where to go and what to do. We want them to know what to do, where to go, and to have a great time. Thank you.
Thanks, Gene. As you can see, again, we're all very excited about this opportunity, this partnership. Ted, are we open to take questions now?
Yep.
All right. Any questions for any of us?
Gene, you can answer this. Obviously, was it a perfect fit for you guys to get involved with UAB in return? And what made you make the decision that you guys wanted to?
UAB's campus is about 6 miles from the mall. This is the perfect fit for our company. We have a great deal of game day experience at Alabama and Tennessee, and when UAB called, we jumped at the opportunity. And understand that the Bruno event team being hired is simply a reflection of how well the return of UAB football has been. The volume of work for Mark and his staff is exceeding all expectations because of the excitement. And they need help because they've got full-time plus type jobs. And so when they called us, it was a natural fit. The campus is 6 miles from my house. So it's something we're very honored to be a part of.
How important is that first game day experience like you guys were talking about to hook those fans and have them come back?
Typically when you do a project, you've got a runway to warm up and work out kinks. It's the reverse here. We've got to be dead solid perfect, and I mean perfect on that first day, because we have so many first-timers coming out to Legion Field to experience UAB football. We want them to return for games 2 through 6 and subsequent seasons. So we have got to get it right collectively on the first day. And we've met numerous times with the city of Birmingham, and they've been very cooperative with Birmingham PD, all the departments. Everyone's been very excited, and everyone knows that the first game on that September the 2nd is of utmost importance.
How do y'all feel that the return of UAB football is going to impact the local economy for the communities and neighborhoods specifically right around Legion Field?
We've estimated that it's going to have probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about $50 million impact. This is very important for the city economically. It will give opportunities to young folks to participate in the distribution of sodas and popcorn and things of that nature during the game. So you got some young entrepreneurs out there that will benefit. But more importantly, it's beneficial to the image of the city. UAB and the city of Birmingham are synonymous with each other. And we want to make sure that on game day and each game thereafter, it reflects the best that we have to offer. And that's why we've been coordinating everything with Gene and his operations and UAB to make sure that we get off to a great start.
I'd add, too, that Division I football is a great branding tool for a university, which helps bring the campus community together and ultimately help grow the undergraduate population here, and in turn provide a positive economic impact to the city. So that's the vision as a whole, and how all these pieces are interconnected. This is about football, but it's about a lot more than just football. Any other questions? Hey, Tim?
What were some of the things that you learned from the survey that has informed the way you'll plan?
That's a great question. I think communication was probably the single biggest thing, and that's why we're devoting so much space and time and effort in communicating the game day experience. And that's not unique to UAB. Like I said earlier, virtually every Division I program, a lot of fans leave, and when they pull out of their driveway, they're anxious because I'm not quite sure where I'm going to park. I'm going to have to drive around some, and I've got my child with me, and then I've got to navigate through traffic, and then where do I get concessions, and is it a clear bag policy or not? So many questions, and you can only handle so much of that via the phone. So we have really ramped up our communication space to make sure our fans are very comfortable and that we can eliminate that driveway anxiety, and they pull out, they know exactly where they're going, and they go into Legion Field and have a great time. And let me say, the city has made a serious commitment. Legion Field looks as good as it's looked. I mean, I had the pleasure of working on 1996 Olympic soccer. I cannot remember a period of time during that entire time frame where Legion Field has looked any better than it does right now. We were just there yesterday for a meeting, and there was a gentleman out front right by the Bear Bryant statue pressure washing the sidewalk. I mean, the landscaping, every detail you can imagine. And then it's going to be dressed up on game day with Blazer signage. And the visual impact when you pull up, it will be clear that this is UAB's home stadium when you arrive, combined with the new outdoor scoreboard that the city has added since the last time UAB played football at Legion Field. Any other questions, Ted?
Well, if there are no more further questions, we thank everybody for coming. These gentlemen will be available in the back if cameras need additional comments from them. But thank you guys for coming, and we'll see you at Legion Field on September 2nd.